Hey everyone, this is Larry from wstrades.com with this week's edition of the Weekly Watchlist, where I go over current market conditions, how I think the market's going to react for this following week, as well as go over a few tickers that I'll be keeping an eye on. So I'm going to start this off with the Qs, which is NASDAQ ETF. I'm on the weekly chart right now. Yeah, man, last 3 weeks it's just been a massive pump, and a lot of it's due to earnings. Like right now, last week I thought we'd see a bit of a pullback. We didn't see it, and we've got third quarter earnings coming out. Still got a lot of companies reporting, so this could keep the market propped up for a while longer until we're out of this earnings season. So right now, looking at the chart, I'm on the weekly, still have these fib levels drawn. Like I said, just a pump this week. Momentum's falling off a bit. You still have the MACDs crossed in a bearish manner, but actually before I get into the chart, let's go check out the earnings and see if we see anything that's going to keep this propped up even longer. Watch. Calendar. Yeah, there's a crap ton of companies. Actually, make this look a little easier, I'll go to Yahoo Finance real quick. Alright, so we got Yahoo Finance. Let's see if we see any big names. Big Five is reporting. I'm long them right now. They have a massive short position right now. I think it's still shorted over 40%. So that's the reason I got in. Last time they didn't have horrible earnings, but just been selling off, and they're just shorted the hell. So this will be interesting to see what happens on Monday. Let's run through this. Look at these names. Pharmaceuticals. Looks like a lot of banks. More banks. If we see any big tickers. God, there's another page. Holy crap. Where'd you go? Okay. Global Investors, Green Tree Hospitality, PBS. Yeah, so it looks like a lot of banks on Monday. I thought I saw Facebook reporting Monday, but might be wrong. Let's go to Tuesday, see what Tuesday's got. We got 3M reporting. Capital. Everywhere. JetBlue. Eli Lilly. Yeah, so you got a lot of big names reporting this week, and depending on, what their numbers are and what sort of guidance they have, it could swing the market either way. You got Microsoft reporting Tuesday. Let's see. To Wednesday, see what's going on. Axis, Aflac. Oh, Aflac, I might play them again. I've made a lot of money off of them. I think I'm trading, I think I'm like 100% when I'm getting into them. So anyways, I might make a play on them. Apple, yeah, so everything. O'Reilly's, man. So yeah, we could see this market stay propped up even longer, even though I think we should have had kind of a pullback from this massive rally we've had, but never cares what I think. So I'm gonna go to the daily on the Qs, zoom out a little bit. All right, so you can see trading off these fib levels, this thing actually started firing to the upside last week when we had that fat rally. They're kind of chopping around sideways around that 23.6 level, sold under it. But man, if Facebook, pretty sure Facebook's reporting Monday. You got Apple next week, Google. So I could definitely see the Qs testing this all-time high going into next week, and then after that a bit of a pullback, kind of cooling off. But yeah, with earnings coming out this week, you never know. So most of the time these big tech companies, when they report earnings, see a fat rally in their stock. So yeah, I could see NASDAQ coming up and testing this all-time high coming into next week. Let's go to Dow, which is DIA. Yeah, so Dow actually had a crazy rally. Pull it up on the weekly, it looks even crazier. So again, we got the fib levels drawn, came down, tested it, had some big intraday moves, and then just fat rally for the past 3 weeks. We're actually at that all-time high, or slightly off of the all-time high, but off of this complete retracement to, you know, the high that they had made before. So pulled back a little bit off of the all-time high, and we're right at that zero level. But again, earnings coming up. If this thing breaks through that level, we're gonna hit the moon. So yeah, I don't know which tickers in the Dow are reporting. I'd really like to see this thing pull back a bit and take a breather, you know, stay above this, I don't know, like 352 level, but just kind of chop back and forth and take a breather, because this rally is freaking crazy. But again, earnings coming out, this thing's probably going to hit the all-time high and make a nice little run up from that. You see on the daily chart, TTM squeeze actually fired the last 3 days, as well as the MACD. This is a new indicator. It'll be over at the website, wstrades.com. It's actually the MACD and the TTM squeeze indicators built into one, so that I kind of just take up less space on my charts. So you see this green cloud, that means that the MACD has crossed over into the bullish territory. So yeah, that's DIA. We're at that kind of 0%, made a complete rally up to that top fib level. Again, I'd like to see this thing kind of chill out a little bit, but with earnings, we're probably going to be seeing an all-time high. Let's check out SPY, which is the S&P ETF. On the daily, yeah, it's again almost at that all-time high level, pulled back a bit, and same thing with Dow. I'd like to see this thing kind of chill out and before making a move higher, but I'm going to say it again, earnings, you never know, so this thing's probably going to be hitting all-time high. Let's check out Qs again, see how far off of the all-time high they are. We got to look. Yeah, again, say it again, earnings, probably going to be seeing a all-time high on the Qs with Facebook, Apple, Microsoft all reporting. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing hits like what was their all-time high? 382.78. Yeah, 383. Here we go. There were a few tickers that I was looking at, and one was ticker symbol CC. And this is one of those trades. It's kind of a wait and see what happens. I'm gonna zoom out here. See, I've got this price level drawn. They came up, hit it, sold off, came up, hit it, sold off, and then even way back in March 15th, came up, hit it, and then had a fat sell-off. And as soon as they broke through that level and showed that they could sustain there, each had this fat rally up to almost 40 bucks, and then retraced. And then this is what was interesting to me. So that red line is, you know, that level that I have drawn. So I sold through it, gapped down huge, and then what is this, like 5 days later, massive rally right back above it, came down and touched it, sold up a little bit through it, and then made a rally up. So right now we're right at that level. So with the indicators, it's looking like this thing is possibly going to drop down below this level, and you know, we might test like 27, but you can see it's that red dot means it's squeezing, so we might see some chop, and then before things kind of chill out, I'd like to see this thing make a fat rally up. If not, I'll be looking at this to, you know, this price level, see which way I'm going to play this, either, you know, selling calls or selling puts. But yeah, this thing is at a critical price level, so keep an eye on CC at the about 29.20 level. And another one was ticker symbol USB. Come on. Yeah, so as you can see, USB, I'm actually going to draw a level here. Sorry, add drawing, price level. Right here, we're going to say, boom. All right, you see USB, which is US Bank Corp. That rally up to this level, around 62 this time. Sold off, came up. This fat sell off, and then a lot of chop came up this past few months. And we'll zoom in. Past few months, came up and hit that, made an all-time high, and then sold off just a bit. Sold off to about this 21 EMA, and then started a rally, came up, hit it, sold off, came up and hit it. So this is another one exactly like CC. It's not something I'm jumping into right now either way, but I'm going to see which direction. I'm going to give this thing a candle or two to see what direction this thing goes. I don't see, yeah, they already had earnings and kind of had a rally up from there. So I could definitely see this thing, you know, kind of trailing off after having this nice rally up from earnings. But again, waiting for confirmation, see if this thing actually breaks through this like 63 level. If not, then, you know, I'll be playing it bearishly by selling some calls. Kind of probably reversion to the mean trade, where I could see it coming down and hitting around 61 bucks. But yeah, just key level on USB is about where they're at, 63. If they can break above that high, then, you know, this thing's probably going to run for a minute. So anyways, those are two tickers I'm going to be looking at going into this coming week. If you guys have any tickers you'd like us to look at, you can leave them in the comments. You can go over to the website, contact us that way, and we'll be glad to make a short video of our technical analysis on them.